Good morning, everyone. Good day to you. Today, I would like to discuss about interpersonal skills for our interpersonal communication course. And these are the materials that we will be discuss for this day. Before I begin with interpersonal skills, I would like to share short recap for our upcoming activities. We will be having 3 offline classes on the 9th, 10th, and 11th session on March 24, 31, and April 7. And for the rest of our meeting will be held online until the last session, 16th session. Then we'll be having our second competence test. It's rather different than Ibu Suciati group presentation usually held live, online or via offline classes. I would like to recommend you to present your discuss material from Ibu Suci books Komunikasi Interpersonal by uploading group presentation video with duration of maximum 10 minutes on YouTube. And then you can share the link of your YouTube video to me so I can upload it on my class. Yeah. The video is made based on presentation slides. It's really your preference. You can make it from any kind of format. And this video is created by each group. I will supply you with video format example on my class. You can check it as reference for your group to make video presentation. And the presentation slides are divided into 4 parts. The first part is introduction, whether it's group introduction and definition or explanation of concepts that will be discussed by your group. The second part is discussion, is the application or implementation of concept or the example of implementation in real life. Yeah. The third one is conclusion, is simple analysis by your group from the topic or material that you've been discussed, assigned by you, by Ibu Suciati. Yeah. And the last one is bibliography or references source. Now, we will enter the main material of this discussion, interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills is basically skills that are enhanced on the interpersonal communication of 2 people. So it will be implemented on how we react to each other, how we talk to each other, how we read others' gesture within our interpersonal communication session. It's basically held among at least 2 people or more persons. Yeah. And the skills are required to effectively communicate, interact, and work with individuals or groups. In case in the upcoming years you will be graduated from Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, interpersonal skills will be handy for you to explore your interpersonal communication qualification, yeah, and to build meaningful relationship, whether It is with you, with your significant others in personal or professional manners. And you also will mastering several key qualification to become strong communicators verbally and non-verbally. Interpersonal skills is also considered soft skills because it's learned in life. Probably for the rest of our life, we will be learning these skills, yeah. And it can be learned by everyone. And it's equally important for your upcoming career and for your personal life. The 7 areas of interpersonal skills are verbal, non-verbal communication, listening skills, negotiation, problem solving, decision making, and assertiveness, or style of communication that is quite moderate. Yeah, it's somewhere between the aggressive or passive styles of communication. Basically, effective communication are consisted of 3 parts, and those are verbal, considering words, what we say. Paraverbal, it's focusing on tone, how we say it. And the last is nonverbal, focusing on our expression, action, and gestures while we are communicating with others. The first tool of interpersonal skill is verbal communication. How we communicate through words with the correct tone and manner. I will explain it from the context of interpersonal communication between 2 people. Here we have 2 people communicating, yeah, in general manners. 2 people exchanging messages and informations. Yeah. What I would like to say is that ambience or our surroundings also affecting how we communicate intimately, professionally, or tenderly perhaps. Yeah. For example, if you go on a date with your significant others, you will be choosing supportive ambient and not so crowded cafe, enjoying the sunset in a romantic tone restaurant, for example, or simply strolling on the park during the sunset, talking about life, talking about your plan in the future. Yeah. The ambience of your surrounding really set the mood to enhance your interpersonal communication, especially with your significant others. The second tools in interpersonal skills is nonverbal communication that are focusing in facial expression, body language, and hand gestures. Let's take a look at this example. These are 2 people, quite probably going on a date, and the female is with her gestures, holding a spoon, looking at her partner, and then her statement is sort of going somewhere. Yeah, your food smells delicious. So in this case, the partner should be more perceptive or more sensitive, yeah, that will give some feedback thank you. And in his mind, he will conclude that she wants to try a bite as the interpretation of meaning. So what would you suggest in the next move for him and for her? I would say for him is to slide over his plate to his partner so she can take a bite to taste his food. It will be effective if the participants of communication are both receptive and both are eager to follow up the acts. The second example is focusing in these four people. The male with the dark brown hair stayed at home, and the three people in front of him will be giving different kind of response. The first, I presume, is a she, yeah, on the pink sweatshirt. On her mind, home is some place that she can relax. The second male with greenish sweatshirt, um, simply saying that home is a place where he could gather with his family. And the female on the pink skirt will be stating that home is a place, yeah, she can go to, she can always go to. From their gestures, for example, the man in the green shirt and the woman on the pink shirt, they have their hand held it on their hips, yeah. So I presume they will be stating it with confidence. Home has meaningful concept for them together with family and is a place that you can always go to. And the woman on the pink shirt will be stating along with her words and her gestures, like an open hand. What are you saying? It's simply a place that you can relax. Yeah, it's like an affirmation gesture. While the man with the dark brown hair and blue trousers are open his hands like this because he's simply asking about his colleagues or his friends. What would be they thinking if he asks, what is home to you? Okay, that would be the second example. And basically the difference between verbal and non-verbal communication. In verbal communication, we simply exchange information by words, and slightly different with non-verbal. Exchange information with wordless cues, yeah. With your hands, with your eyes, with your lips, with your head, with your bodily gestures. And verbal communication, because we are having speaking manners, yeah, exchanging information in speaking manner. So we will be having less chance of confusion and misunderstanding of the message. While bodily gestures is more often having more chance of confusion and misunderstanding of the message. Usually, verbal communication will lead to prompt interchange of communication. It's sort of like an open-ended discussion. Yeah? We will begin with simple question, and it will be enhanced into much richer discussion. Yeah. For example, you and your boyfriend or your girlfriend on a date talk to each other, and you will not be aware that time goes by fast. Usually, it happens. And in non-verbal communication, it can take more time. And usually on a dating scheme, yeah, because you are excited, you are meeting your other significants, you are changing information rapidly, and then you are not aware of your bodily gestures. And to understand that, it will take more time, yeah. Usually, when you are dating and you are enjoying it, it doesn't really occur to you that time goes by fast. Yeah? And non-verbal communication doesn't essentially require both participant communication at the same place, because you can exchange it through sort of recorded video as we are having right now, text messaging, etc. In nonverbal communication, to really comprehend what the others would say to you, both of you require to be at the same place. So you can give feedback to each other immediately. The third tools in interpersonal skills is listening skills. The ability to hear attentively, to process information correctly. While our biggest communication problem sometimes, or maybe most of the time, we do not listen to understand. We simply listen to reply. We simply listen to search for a gap that we can intrude with our wisdom. Yeah, it is quite annoying. To become effective listeners, we need to listen intently, paying attention. Usually, our bodily gestures will gives out some clues. Yeah, for example, we stare directly into our significant others or the people that we talk to. Yeah, to pay attention and taking notes in air quote. Yeah, I believe notes are able to be taken in any kinds of format. Taking notes on important pieces of others' communication. For example, he or she heighten or elevating his or her tone while he or she communicating with us. This would be sign of anger or affirmation, yeah, or you need to focus on that part, yeah. The third one is taking extra steps to really comprehend what others might say. Reaffirming, asking more questions to make sure that your understanding is the same as his or her understanding while you are communicating. And the last one is giving thoughtful considerations and response. So we need to be very receptive, also also become sensitive person at this point, yeah. Not to cross the line, especially border of personal matters, yeah. The time has to be right. What you say has to be right. How would you react has to be right. That would be signs of the effective listeners. Active listening skills could also be built by commencing these 4 steps. Yeah, in scrambled urutan, not in. Jadi urutannya tidak harus selalu sama ya. Randomly, you can build trust and establish rapport or connections first. Yeah, that's okay. You can talk to me. You can also ask specific question if he or she, the person that you are talking to, is already revealing the preface or introduction information. You can also demonstrate your concern by simply softly tapping his or her shoulders, giving a hug, held his or her hands, or simply looking into their eyes, yeah, or frown a bit, etc. Use brief verbal affirmation like, "Oh, I get it. Oh, I see. Aku ngerti kok apa yang kamu rasain. Oh, aku pernah punya pengalaman yang sama." Nah, sort of like that, yeah. And the 4th tools in interpersonal skills is negotiation. Basically, it's ability to discuss and reach an agreement in all kinds of matters. Yeah. In this text, it's written in a professional manner because interpersonal skills usually related to career development or the way we react to our colleagues. In your case, probably it will be happening in a few years. Yeah. And I will not further discuss about this because you will be having negotiation techniques course in your upcoming semester. If I'm not mistaken, it will be held in 4th or 5th semester. The 5th tools in interpersonal skills is problem solving. To look at each potential solution and to carefully analyze it. Actually, we are dealing with these skills in our everyday basis. Yeah. If we are encountered with particular problem, then we will strategically analyze it, and in whether in short time or longer time, our mind, our body, our circumstances, we will be forcing us or recommend us to take a step as a solution towards our problem. So I believe you are dealing with problem solving skills in your everyday lives. Sometimes we forget, yeah. We already having a solution, but whether we realize it or not, we are encountering a new problem. So we also need to focus by solving our earlier problem without creating the new one. The 6th tools is decision making. It is selecting best solution for implementation. that requires to value or analyze each potential solution carefully. So we are having a problem, and sometimes we are having series of alternate solutions. Yeah. In this series of alternate solution, we need to choose one. So that would be decision making. It happens range from our everyday life. For example, today, what are you going to do? And on the lunch break, what you will be having as motekar or nasi rames, soto, or simply by consuming snacks that your mother or probably yourself has been provided earlier. It ranges from the very simple thing, as I stated before, until the very life-turning decision. For example, you are seeing someone right now, and then one day uh, you need to consider whether you are going to end this relationship or take it long further in marriage phase. You need to ask yourself some important questions of your life, whether you are going to spend the rest of your life with your significant others that you are seeing right now. You need to consider some alternatives in the future. Once you graduated, you need to choose your profession, yeah, or how you are going to pursue your career in public relation, for example, or in advertising and digital agency, or you want to be a lecturer or teacher, or you want to be someone who stays at home and fully support your families. And it's really up to you. It's decision-making skills, yeah. And it needs to be enhanced every once in a while. And the last tools in interpersonal skill is assertiveness, is the ability to express yourself with confidence. First, we need to understand that in general, we are encountering four styles of communication: aggressive, passive-aggressive, assertive, and passive. In this scheme, you can also analyze or comprehend that each styles of communication has particular tendency in communication. The first one is high openness of communication, consideration of others. So there are two determining factors in these styles of communication: is the openness in communicating, and second one is consideration of others. So assertive is in between, yeah. It's the modest part of communication style. So it will not threatening the people that you are talking to. It also will not make you feel threatened. It's quite balanced styles of communication. So being assertive, it's also being considerate of your needs and others. It meets in the middle. It involves self-awareness. Yeah, we need to be receptive, getting to know each other, or degree of likeness. So whether you like this person or not, or you just being casual communicator, and most of all, You need to become yourself. That is being assertive. And this, I take this from Communication Foundation Institute. Yeah, they have several tips on how to improve your interpersonal skills. I hope it will be useful in your professional life. Yeah. The first one is to monitor body language, to be open. Yeah, because if you are crossing your arm, it usually related to close style of communication. So you need to conceal yourself. Yeah. Practice active listening with everyone you prefer. Friendly, being friendly. It also could be implement in your group or personal presentation in your courses. Yeah. Engage while you are interacting in people. So it's it's quite hard if in the professional manners, because in the office we are usually having small talks here to break the ice, to get more comfortable with each other. So engage communication, I suppose you can have it with someone that you are considered important in your life, with your best friends, your significant others, honey, sweetheart, your parents, your siblings, etc. And also you need to display confident manners and also approachable. Yeah? So you need to be friendly most of it. That would be all for today. Thank you for joining me in the session. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Thank you very much.